Hello gamers, how are we? So congrats me first, praise congrats me embrace a hoy hoy Vaki. How have we been? Does anyone remember where we were at in this game? Oh, I know where we were at. Oh, wrong one. How are you guys doing? Alright, so we've got Ryoichi Honda. Hey, will you look for my brother? He's a quiet businessman. Someone told me he was at a shop. Okay. Go see if we can find Ryo Honda. Nope. Okay. Huh? No game audio. It should be. Why is it not doing the game audio? Capture audio. Don't know why it actually said itself, but stop showing fucking shit about fucking Persona 3. Who gives a shit about that? That's why I'm looking. There we go. Alright, let's get to this. Glad to hear you're resting up. Take care of yourself. I don't know what you're referring to, Zach. It's been 8 years since I became a businessman. For my introverted self, society was both harsh and cold. Nowadays, I only get pleasure from quietly looking at these antiques. My sister may be worried though. Well, that's how I'm looking, so I guess did I not take the time? Yes, you must rest for Zar's sake. There. I am searching for... Oh, you need to talk to him twice. I forgot. Wait, can I take all of them at once? Okay. Listen, it's been a while since I did these. Excuse me, is there something else you would like from me? Yes! What? How do you know my name? Ah, there was a search going on for me. Is that so? My younger sister must have filed a report. I must have made her worry. Very well, I'll contact her and Shiraishi. Sorry to cause you trouble. Is that why you wanted the co-working Obake? So that you could have your co-working being getting rest? Thank you! I'd love to get some... It's Tanaka. I want you to find my old high school classmate. Last I'd heard was that he'd become a journalist. Okay. What was his name? Osamitsu Tanaka. Okay. Has anyone seen I guess in the office. No, you're... Senpai, what's wrong? You've been gone a lot recently. Is it because of that, Chief? It's not true, you know. It's not true, you say, really? Tasaka Senpai was also talking trash about you too. Maybe I should quit. Why everyone talking trash about me? I hate magazines for teeny boppers. If you're aiming to be a real journalist, you can't work at it. It's an editor for Coolest. Why are you here? Sorry, Yuki, I'll come back to you. You're lucky. You're lucky being able to have fun outside. I'm stuck in here editing. I'm jealous of you having no responsibilities. Thanks. I didn't know the Jokers in one long had so much in common. I can hype this good, but that gives me more work. Means if you tell kids not to do the Joker curse, won't they just do it out of spite? I guess they'll do it. Okay, who is it? How does Joker and the Millennium Supreme Ruler grab us the cover? I guess glorifying a serial killer may not be good. Is it you, bestie? No. What, Amano? What do you want? Aha! Oh, so what's this? Kana. Oh, I could offer in Kana. Thanks for leaving that in. Oh, so... Mai, are you suggesting you didn't know your co-worker's name? What's up, being so formal all of a sudden? What, classmate? From high school? He's looking for me? I haven't seen him for 10 years, and that brings back old times. Alright, I'll give him a buzz. By the way, Amano, no moonlighting. Okay. Wait a second. I hope everyone's enjoying being dragged around by me. Thank you. Please find my brother. I can't believe he fell in love at first sight with a widow. Okay, Takuya. Where's Takuya? Takuya Murata. Right? Yeah. Anyone be up to anything exciting besides resting? I want to tell Miss Cowley my feelings, but it's no use. I bet she keeps this shop open because she can't forget about her husband. I've no right to say anything. Oh, you're still here? Do you want something from me? Yeah? You know my name. Have I introduced myself to you? A search request for me? Must be my younger sister. She should mind her own business. Well, thanks for letting me know. I'll contact her and Shiraishi. Thanks for all your trouble. Yay! Custard creams! I feel that I was tired today. I considered doing the co-working because I did have work I could be doing. And I came in today and I was exhausted and I just slept. Onso Satsuma. I would like a custard cream. Also, just so you guys know, I'm not going to be streaming at the end of the week. I will be disappearing forever. Gambling is a man's stream. Gambling is my life. I am filled with my life right now. What is it? Do you want something from me? I accept any kind of action. Sorry? Can I help? Sorry? I am going to the England. How do you know my name? What, man search? Is there a listing for me? And that must mean my wife. My god, if she finds out I've been coming here, she'll beat the hell out of me again. Hey, yeah, I thank you for letting me know, but please don't tell my wife about this. I'll tell Sharishi myself. Gambling is a world for men and men. I don't think that's true, bud. I've won quite a bit of money in here. It's scary there. Ring the die. Here's some. Thank you much. There we go, we have pocket money. Now where were we actually headed? I'm gonna assume we had to go to... Conan? No, not Conan. This isn't where I was thinking. Well, let's go talk to the... people who live back here. Katsu is popular among the women, but he always has a serious look. It's almost like an iron mask. Whisper, whisper, giggle, giggle, but I saw it the moment his mask came off. Whisper, that Katsuya-san was on the side road holding a kitten with this big smile on his face. Oh my god, really? Really? Wasn't Katsuya-san allergic? Whisper, whisper, yeah, it got pretty bad after that. You can tell because of the iron mask though. Katsuya went into anaphylactic shock at the side of the road and just had to play it off like he was fine. Congrats, Katsuya. Does that happen often? Okay, let me find what I was actually looking. Okay. Oh, right! Hold on! I forgot we did unlock something. We need to head to the Velvet Room. Oh wait, no, I need to go heal. Then we can go to the Velvet Room. Thank you. You ever deal with a... Yes, I did. I eventually convinced Avery to come pick it up. And it took a lot of fighting with them, but they eventually did. It took 3 weeks. Well then, farewell for a time. Pursuant to Eternal Punishment, Lone Shadow, 13XX1647, Koran Lunar Palace, Shiori Yashiro's home. Come on in, Tatsuya. The room over there's open, so feel free to use it. I lived in bachelor house until last year. I didn't have any privacy at all though, so I splurged and rented this place. It's kind of big for someone living alone, so you came at just the right time. I mean, come on. This is the only place with an open room close to my workplace. We'll carry the living room sofa to your room later. Or would you prefer a bed? Oh, and if you want to watch TV, you can use this room anytime. When I invite you to come into my house, into my home, clothes, and what few cosmetics I owned were scattered all over. I tried to keep chatting and...
Let's get funky!
Hello, Dusky. In as bright a tone as possible while I tidied up, but I might have sounded a little shrill and nervous. I don't know if he was being considerate or was embarrassed by the state of my apartment. He loitered by the window, stoic and silent, without looking at the room. Instead, the long shadow that bore down across my floor told the tale of his mental state, of lost bearings, of rejection, of loneliness. He meant to vanish somewhere, like a shadow slipping into darkness with the sunset, doing something all on his own, now and forever. But I wouldn't allow it. I've had circumstances that have been on hold for 10 years. That's right, this wasn't just his story, it was both of ours. Okay, dramatic bitch, who are you? Yamazaki Word Club Zodiac, 13 hours 37 minutes earlier. Woo baby. Oh no, at the club! Meeting with women. Oh no, Yoshisaka-san. Where are you? The fact that she didn't deny it when I suddenly asked her name and instead asked for my identity proved that it was her. I was prepared for it and opened my purse and thrust my ID into her face. Her blank expression was unusual for a kid her age. I can't read. I didn't much like my own surly portrait, which was printed above my full name and my rank as policewoman. Oh, you're underage, girl, run! I'm Shiori Miyashiro, from the Conan Police Department, Juvenile Division. A pleasure to meet you. I only came here to use the bathroom from our girl Smackler. I'm just about to head home. I'd already guessed why a juvie detective and not one of the traffic cops she's acquainted with showed up at this hour. Anna does not talk to cops. Anna gets out of there as fast as she can. Seriously, look at that guy getting down. Guy who got so much animation put into it. As Anna moved away from the wall she'd been leaning against, she told me a bald-faced lie and began walking towards the exit. I was like, hello, Katie! No panicking, only disco. That's not what I came here for. Not today. I've got things I want to ask you. Anna stopped. I glanced over her shoulder and fixed me with an emotionless stare. I realised she'd jumped to conclusions on why I'd come. Otherwise, it wouldn't have mattered what I'd said. She'd have tried to leave just as she'd been doing and to avoid causing trouble for the club. Every community has unwritten rules. She dropped out of school and the track and field scene and found her place in a world where she didn't belong. She was already a part of this apathetic subculture. You know that Daisuke Kaneda and the man who did the hit and run on you got out on bail crit. Didn't he die? I thought he got fucking murdered. What about it? He was killed. Okay, he was still killed. But I wouldn't be able to immediately got hit by a car. First hint of emotion appeared on Anna's face. Even that was evanescent, and her beautiful eyebrows twisting with suspicion. Girl. Anna, how does it feel to be irresistible to women? Twisting with suspicion returned to her old stony face mask. She let out a single brief breath. We're playing the wrong song, wake me up! So you came to investigate me? When did he die? Anna no doubt knew far too well what the cops would ask at a time like this due to the incident that ended her sports career. She beat me to the punch by asking for Kaneda's estimated time of death. She wasn't just gutsy, but also quick on the uptake. Naturally, she would have an alibi. It wasn't like I doubted it either. But with the state of Sumeru City, it was possible to kill a person even without personally laying a hand on them. I'm not interested in your alibi. A proper investigator will no doubt come ask you about that soon enough. What I want to know about is this. Have you seen this before? I pulled out a message card with white letters printed on a black field and handed it to her. You're next. The hell is this? The sender is Joker. He's the bizarre murderous monster from Rumor, you know, the one where if you call your number from your cell, he'll kill someone you hate for you. You've heard of him, right? Something identical to that had arrived on Kaneda's home. It seems like Joker's conscientious enough to send an advance notice. I never would have expected it would have matched the Rumor so perfectly. Oh, so you think I asked him to kill the guy? Sorry, but if I wanted him dead, I'd have done it myself. Anna casually flipped the card over, glanced at the address, and was about to hand it back when she stopped herself. This was the second time today she made that face. That's right, it's my own address. You got any hunches? Think it's a prank? This could be some kid who's got a grudge against me for the work I do. But no, this is my doing. I called the Joker and asked him to kill Yorimiya girl? I didn't know if she was lost for words, but Anna's expression didn't return to its blank mask. There's probably a lot of guys who'd love to see her make a different face from her usual mask. Mostly girls are into Anna, as we have established. My efforts would have been praised by those gyrating bodies on the dance floor. Although I doubted it was this face that the guys wanted to see. Have you ever called your number from your own cell? Normally that's as though the line's busy and won't connect, but this went through. I never said a word, but the person from the room definitely picked up the line. Why'd you give them your own name? There's no way I could test it while using someone else's name. Hey, how was it for you? Does Joker just kill the other person? Or does he demand a reward or compensation or something? Have you ever held a conversation with him or seen him in person? His hair. You think if he didn't cut it, it would look like an unkempt lines, man? Wasn't he in his late 20s, maybe around 27, 28? Girl, how you managed to guess that man is 28 years old? Look at it. Gesturing at him. This looks like a 28-year-old to you? I love him dearly. This looks like a 28-year-old to you? They prattled on when I appeared to shut me out again. With a cold look, she stretched her arm out again and handed the advance notes back to me. You want to know that bad? Why not ask him? If there really is a Joker, he'll come kill you, right? Sorry, since you went to the trouble of preparing that little prop, but I didn't ask him to kill anybody. Exactly right. If the Joker was just a rumour, even if I left him alone, he'd come to me. I just had to wait. That was my intention in the beginning. That's why I gave my name to whoever was loitering on the other side of the bug tap. Despite that, I paid this girl a visit because I wanted to calm my nerves. Both of the victim flashed before my eyes. I'd seen the picture of it at the Assembly HQ was investigating the bizarre serial murders. Nobody wanted to die like that. The car really fucked him up. If she had requested a murder from Joker, then I might have gotten a clue leading to his identity. Then I would have been able to arrest Joker before there'd been any more victims. Yeah, Anna is a calming presence to women, and she's also irresistible to them. That meant this luckless girl would be accused of either being accessory to the prime suspect of the murders, or else instigating them. I was in such a hurry to capture the true Joker that I'd only thought about my own benefit, and unconsciously hoped for that. So naturally, she held me in contempt. That wasn't how a policewoman representing the juvenile division, which handled the well-being of young people, should have conducted herself. Still, I was a little relieved. Judging by how she reacted so far, this girl was innocent. My expressly accusatory interrogation had pissed her off. You're absolutely right. Sorry for giving you the 3rd degree. I really ought to confirm it myself after all. I looked into her without permission from the investigation HQ, so I had to make up for offending her when she was also a victim of a crime. I might have been working on my own, but if I broke faith with the system, I'd end up just another dirty cop. That wasn't an option for me. Also, Dusky, you did miss. We talked to some of our curtain policewomen, and they told us that Katsuya went into anaphylactic shock at the side of the road petting a kitten, and tried to play it cool, hoping no one would notice. DJ Willpower, play Evanescence, please. Besides which, the name of the game was to unmask, stop and arrest Joker. I steeled myself, approached the employee at the entrance, and showed him my badge and spoke. This club has a VIP floor further in, right? Are there any entrances beside that door over there? The man tried to avoid meeting my eyes. He knew I was going to be trouble. Nah, we recently switched owners and the back's mid-renovation. Nobody's using it right now, so it's empty. How convenient. I'd like you to rent it to me till morning. Would you give me the key? I think that's gagged. Gagged's working. Huh? No way, I'm a part-timer. I don't know nothing about that kind of shit. This club reported that it's type-free business, right? I wonder what time it is now. Just when did the alcohol start flowing freely? I'm sure you know the food and entertainment laws. If you don't, perhaps I could take you on a tour of the police station? I think at worst you get a month of casual leave. The new owner won't get mad, right? Casual leave, in other words, he'd be arrested as an accomplice, and the business would get suspended. By law, businesses where customers stand and dance must report applying for a license to serve food and drink. But once they get it, they can't do business past midnight. Stupidly honest clubs that close that early aren't popular. If they want to do business till... I want to know, girl, what makes you think this is making a good impression on Anna? They need to apply for a restaurant that serves liquor late at night. But if they do that, they can't let the customers dance anymore. So-called small and medium-sized clubs conduct legally great business practice just to looking another way. Oh, Wake Up definitely includes this one. That's why Anna isn't talking to her. Anna knows better. I understand, but what the hell are you going to do? Please don't get me in trouble. Thanks. I'm just going to dance till dawn. If I survive, that is. He gave me 2 keys and I handed the man my business card, which held my cell number on it. It was the card I give to kids I was providing guidance to. I tell them to call me if they had any problems. Naturally, to prevent misuse, I didn't mention that I was a policewoman. Then I politely asked for... Hold on, you gave your number to kids and tell them to call you and you don't mention you're a policewoman? Girl. Hello? I think you should mention I think you should mention this is your job. I think you should be mentioning that. Then I politely asked for his cooperation, namely to call if anyone else tried to enter the VIP floor. Yeah, I'm calling the police. Add that if morning comes and nobody leaves, he should also call Sergeant Soyo of the Criminal Investigations Division. Emphasised that he not contact any other policeman. I'm sure Detective Soyo would be shocked if he got a call just like I requested. After all, we never really talked before anyway. Even if he only knew me by name, I knew him well. Yeah, I mean, she clearly sucks, so of course she'd call for Katsuya. How are you trying to pull? All of the victims up till now have been targeted in places where they were alone. Evan? If I'm going to head into the back, staying by myself is ideal. There's no exit or entrance besides this one, so if anyone but me leaves through here, that means they're Joker. That card from before, it's a real deal. Hurry up and go home. No adults are as understanding as I am, so keep your crossing at the minimum. No matter what happens, you mustn't come peek inside. That's like... this lesbian bar doesn't have any fire exit. I think Club Zodiac is a lesbian bar. The guy you mentioned earlier, Type Sorrow. He'll probably come see you before long. He's investigating the investigation on 501, Joker. When he arrives, explain to him what I asked you tonight and tell him you don't know anything beyond that. Oh, absolutely. He doesn't think you requested the hit or not hit for number 501 either. Back to your thing of the lesbians. Don't tell anyone of that. I passed through the door to the VIP floor, just in case I locked the door from the inside. If I were number 501, there's no way I'd ignore a locked room mystery of this caliber. The hallway connected to the secret dance floor changed into a red Chinese style design. Word in the street was that nobody got in without the say-so of a regular. It looked like the rumours that the Taiwanese mafia had bought out this club were somehow true. Before, when I came to do guidance for the students of Kasagayama High, Club Zodiac was a cheap place arranged for constellations, as the name implies. While we're walking through a vulgar red corridor that's sort of nouveau riche, right? Good night. No, the sort only a nouveau riche you'd like. I pulled out my cell and called a familiar number. After the fifth rang, someone picked up the line, just like before. The rumor was true. You remember how I asked you to kill Shiori Miyashiro? She's on the VIP floor at Club Zodiac in Yumazaki Ward. That's all I said before I hung up the phone. There was no going back anymore. By the end of the night, I'd know if the rumor were true or not. If I failed, I'd just add another corpse to the pile. Meanwhile, in the garage, all my friends are at the garage, apparently. That moment, I remembered everything. At that moment, I remembered everything. I remembered that I was from the other side, and everything that had happened there. Mayani, Mayazumi-san, Akichi, Lisa, and Jin. We swore we'd never forget each other, and then we were torn apart. My friends watched Mayani and me. The garage! Mayani. Mayani was smiling right before my eyes. Are you okay? You're not hurt? Sorry about that, I'm such a klutz. Wait, have we met somewhere before? We did, yes, we did. There's no way I could have forgotten even if you told me to. Absolutely. Back when we were kids, I was always chasing after you. That's right. Please never stop smiling like that. Jin and I promised we'd protect your smile. But I screwed up. First time was 10 years ago, the second was in his world. And the third time... Damn it. Got the hell out of there. I have no idea what I should do. And that's why I shut myself away within the body of the other me and decided to sleep. If I saw nothing, heard nothing, and felt nothing, then maybe the peaceful days everyone had gained would continue uninterrupted. There was no way he would let that slide. You may flee from your sins and hide yourself if you like, but you do know that what will become of this world, don't you? You marionette, strung on the threads of fate. No one can escape the jaws of despair. I'm waiting. In my dream, he left a brand on my right hand, the mark of a sinner possessed by darkness. It dawned on me what was about to happen. People can neither run nor hide from themselves. There was one thing I had to do. If you want my life, I'll give it to you. If you tell me to fall into darkness, I'll do it. But I won't let anyone have their way with my entity, or this world where my friends live. I'm the only one he can do as he pleases with, but I won't go down easy. In exchange, I'm sorry, you say that? Have you seen the shit Pseudo has to go through every day of his damn life? He just has it in for guys named Tatsuya. In exchange for everything I am, I'll burn that scornful faceless mask, and anything else of his to ashes. It's the one and only thing I can do to atone. Suddenly the cell phone rang. It wasn't my brother. His calls were already logged without me having to do anything. Looks like this me got along with his brother about as well as I did with mine. The caller ID, he said it was from Anna Yoshizaka. I knew that me on this side hung out with Yoshizaka, but I'm not really him. I can't respond to her like he would. Every Tatsuya hates Tatsuya. I rang 10, 20, 30 times before I gave up and took the call. If nothing else, as long as I was temporarily borrowing this body, I figured it'd be better to tell Yoshizaka I can't stay in touch. Tatsuya, you're not hurt, are you? No. Thought something happened. You wanna come hang out at the lesbian bar? I knew that Yoshizaka had been waiting all night for me on this side to show up at Club Zodiac. But she didn't blame me for ditching her or ignoring the phone, just expressed her relief. The only person she talked like this to was the other me. On the other side, I'd also had close relationships, just like he and Yoshizaka have here. I gestured. Let's see, you said your brother was a cop, right? Earlier, this weird cop chick came and holed herself up in the VIP floor. Seems that she called Joker and told him to kill her. Yeah, she asked Kimura-san to give your brother a ring in the morning if she didn't come out. You don't want to see your brother, right? I'm gonna go check up on her in a bit, but it'd be better if you didn't come tonight. Don't come! There's a woman trying to kill herself in the back room, and they're going to call your brother, so don't turn up, otherwise you might have to see him. That's all. Me had probably never broken a promise. Yoshizaka still believed I would come, so she went out of her way to call so I wouldn't run afoul of my brother on this side. But the bigger shock was hearing her say Joker's name. On the other side, Mayani and the rest of us had fought against Yoshizaka to become one of Joker's minions. Oh, Yoshizaka, don't you dare go in. I'll go. Get over there right now. Don't get anywhere near Joker. Yoshizaka? Well, okay. If that's what you say, I'll do it, Tatsuya. Me on this side called Yoshizaka by her first name. Whoops. I didn't have time to correct myself though. Joker might have already been close by. I was concerned about the woman dropping my brother's name too. On the other side, my best friend. Wow. My boyfriend, Junko Rosoi, put on the Joker mask after he screwed with his memories. But Jun kept his final promise. He should have lost his memories of the other side and now be living peacefully on this side as Jun Kashihara. Someone who wasn't Jun that had become this side's Joker and committing serial murder as his pawn. Marking the end and a new beginning, vividly recalled the last line of the Oracle of Maya, which served as a trigger to the destruction of the other side. The same thing that happened on the other side was happening here. The distortion that he had set out over 10 years ago had extended over 2 worlds. He had known from the start what choice we'd make after losing Mayani, and how things would turn out afterwards. Grinding my teeth, I grabbed an extra helmet for Yoshizaka, just in case, and sped off into the city night on my motorcycle. Fine then, I'll go ahead and tear the slimy distortion he wove into Koza's ability to pieces. And then, finally, I'll rip his throat out. Anyway, back at Club Zodiac. That's here. When I reached the club, Yoshizaka had spotted me and came running up with a sight lamp. A reminder of a hit and run. Why are you still here, Yoshizaka? Alright, but I like being at the lesbian club. When Yoshizaka finished explaining what was going on, the club employee called out to me, looking nervous. He was acquainted with the other me, Nakamura, if I remembered right. Mary should see the lesbian bar that doesn't have fire exits. Yo, Tatsuya, I heard from Ona-chan, but Detective Soyu's your big bro, right? I ain't calling the pigs from the club. Do you know that lady cop too? Damn it, this ain't funny. Normally the new owner's got the man's number. Nakamura-san, lend me the keys to the back. I know you've got a spare. I'll talk to her. Talk? Hell no! She said to ring it in if anybody tried to going in after her. She's a cop, dude, a cop! We can leave her to die! Don't have to call. I spotted and picked up a business card that I guessed that lady detective had left on the counter. Shurimiya Shiro. I went ahead and memorised her name and phone number. And then I started glowing in the middle of the club. The next instant, the card burned up in my hand and turned to ashes. What? Was that some magic trick? Nakamura yelped in surprise. Even Yoshizaka, whose expression hardly ever changed, widened her eyes. Still, they wouldn't have been able to see the arm of my persona Apollo. The key. When I held up my hands, Nakamura got the key out from the case and handed it over, trembling with fear. The only spare I got right now is the key for that door. You know there's another door deeper in, right? I forgot the key for that one in the staff room. Why not? I grabbed the wooden sword. Well, maybe. Have we considered it might be willpowers? My own oddities, I grabbed the wooden sword that was crammed into the umbrella stand behind the counter. Given that is a stick, yeah, that is a stick. Given what kind of club this was, the rare brawl that would break out between customers. Lesbians are always getting in brawls on the dance floor. Amina Nakamura was had prepared it for self-defense, meaning I knew too. Hey, you couldn't be Joker. You couldn't be right. When I looked up at him, Nakamura shrank away. I'm go spreading weird rumours. If it's the same as the other side, that will cause problems. Other side? The hell are you talking about? You're freaking me out, man. Tatsuya did a little bit of pre-drinking. And maybe some pre-drugs. I paid Nakamura no minds, but when I tried to head for the VIP floor, Yoshizaka blocked my way. You've been acting weirdly. Lately. Are you really Tatsuya? Women really are carved. She was half right and half wrong. But then, it was natural for her to have suspicions. Sarah and me would have dealt with them better. He'd even joked around with her before and tried to get Yoshizaka to laugh with some lame impression. Not like Tatsuya, like hell. Do the motorcycle noises. It was extremely unlikely I'd get Yoshizaka to move until she got an acceptable answer. Nothing for it, I decided to tell her the truth. And me. Do I look like anyone else to you? On the other side, I had a scar on my back carved there by Pseudo 10 years ago. Okay, fun facts to know about Tatsuya. Naomi wouldn't have it. Or shouldn't. I was borrowing the body of that me. She wouldn't know about that. Any scar on my back as long as I didn't strip. Don't strip in the lesbian. This side branched off by erasing the fact that me, Mayani, Akichi, and Lisa and June met 10 years ago. Me and Mayani never got attacked by Pseudo either. Yeah, Tatsuya saying it like it's a hard challenge. I've gotta keep my clothes on in the lesbian bar. But lately, ever since I started to take control of it, scars have started appearing on this body too. Okay, you say that, but I'm reading it as you keep bumping into things. It's like I'm getting fucked up. I am so bad at walking. It's an omen that the other side is in the process of encroaching on this side. Without replying, Yurasaka bored her eyes into mine. She was tall for a woman, but... Is she? I don't think she is. But I still had a head on her. She couldn't tell that I was a different Tatsuya on the inside. Could she? Yeah, I don't think you should have drove here, Tatsuya. Please do not tell him to take things off. We've already established this may be confused. What are you going to do, as I said? Go home already, Yurasaka. Poor things getting worse. Yurasaka averted her eyes. Is someone really gonna kill her? I said some awful shit to her. I didn't know what she said to her, but Yurasaka didn't seem to worry about this. Now, other women should have taken responsibility. She was the one that caused this mess. Don't worry, Yurasaka. I won't let you get killed. That's why I came. Yeah, I think that's just how lesbians talk. You should know that. What do you intend to do, Tatsuya? Atone for my sins. I love talking normal in the lesbian bar. I love saying normal things. Don't get involved with me for a while. With that said, I slept past Yosizaka. Anytime I got involved with someone else, it brought me pain without fail. I didn't want to let anyone else feel like this ever again. With this, I bring all of this to an end. Breaking down the lesbian club. Lady who entered the back earlier, she was kind of a babe, but it's kind of too classy for a place like this. Why did she come here? You think maybe she divorced her middle-aged husband and came here to drink away her sorrow? I mean, what we just happened? DG Sorry, DG Canada. Fortune telling's the bomb. I don't work. You need fortunes in your life. Hell yeah. Tatsuya. What do you think, Act? I'm not gonna say anything. Please don't bust up the club. That wound sore's mine, so take care of it. I'm gonna go break it. DJ Camden, the lesbian bar. On the other side, the hallway is cheaply cooking up hosiery spangled with constellations to match Club Zodiac's name. Here it would be changed to a Chinese-style red upholstery. Nakamura said the propriety had changed. I wonder if they were trying to set up a Chinese restaurant in the interior. Then a few winged monsters I'd never seen before dropped down from the hallway ceiling. They were not altogether hornets, nor crabs, nor ants, nor vampire bats, but creatures unpleasantly horrifically eerie. If I wasn't awakened to my persona, just looking upon them might have driven me mad and sent me screaming from the room. That's how big of a punch they packed. They snapped back their wings with a whip-like crack, and a malicious buzz started emanating from their abdomens, which were swollen like a hornet's. They had mouths on what looked to be their heads, and it seemed like their voices came from below. Oh, whoops. I couldn't quite pronounce it correctly myself. But luckily, they say their names like Pokemon. Bayaki, or Bayaki, and Lala Pastor. Anyway, they were probably the right idea. This meant that there would be demons past this point. You're telling me to do a warm-up, huh? Sorry, but I'm not gonna waste my time swatting flies. Get out of here now. When I grumbled that to him, who was watching from somewhere, they made that great. I like the idea that Gnarly is just like, Gnarly is following me. He is behind me. I know he is. He keeps walking away every time I turn around to look at him, but I know he's there. From there, I grabbed him in simultaneously, then flew out with incredible vigor of it through the narrow hallway at me. Well, there's always gigantic fist. Ow. Okay, this isn't too bad. Level 65. Okay, Tatsuya, nice flex. When they died, the monsters foamed violently like dry ice. Then they vanished, leaving behind a nose-twisting stench. I couldn't afford to drag my feet here. I needed to hit the arcade that Nakamura forgot in the staff room in order to enter the VIP floor further in. It'd be easy to bust down a single door, but there was a policewoman inside. If I made a show of busting up the club, I'd get Nakamura in trouble, and another me wouldn't get accused of a crime we wouldn't remember committing. I wanted to do this as carefully as possible. Killing Gnarly so seized with these huge arms of his. I ran in, heading for the staff room. Oh, puke on the floor. Or piss. I can't remember which. 10 beads, hell yeah. Do I get to keep these after? Eventually. Puked so hard he pissed himself.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's a voice for Tatsuya, I guess. Not what I expected, but I guess it's not bad. Was that the voice they had for him in the PS1 version? Or a lot of puke and piss on this floor? You guys look like you need the... That's all the curry that they've been making for their restaurant before they open their Chinese. That's all the Chinese curry, and they're like, this batch is bad, throw it away, and they just fling it on the floor. You know what? Continue.
Sorry about that.
He sounds so young and chipper. I know he's 18, but... Wow! Fire in case we need to hide in it. Oh no. Doggy! Am I Mazinger? Is Apollo Mazinger? Well, there's stairs there and there's stairs here. Bastard game.
There's no second chance.
I'm not having those things get rid of my money again. Okay, staff room. Yippee! This too was unquestionably a secret room, but Shiori Miyashiro was nowhere inside. According to Yoshizaki, it seemed like she requested her own death so she could arrest Joker. Normally a single detective wouldn't go that far. It also concerned me that she forbade contact with any police officer beside my brother. How the fuck did you know my brother? Oh, you know. Getting on staff room. It must be have been something else going on. Could it have been that there's some connection between the police and Joker? That is not a wooden sword you have there, Tatsuya. Where did you get that? I spotted the key on top of the table, but when I tried to approach, the corners of the room twisted mushily in with a nauseating stench, and from the twisted space, several filthy tentacles stretched out. Stop with the fucking tentacles! I jumped back and just barely baited them as the tentacles flung a thick mucus across the entire room. Smoke rose violently from the walls. This thing's limbs were melting them. Something was trying to rip through the dimension using tentacles stretched into the walls as a foothold and force its way into this side. The walls crawled, and so did my flesh. I'd never seen this thing until now either. That thing's fucking curry! It seemed that the demons on this side were more grotesque and in worse taste than the ones I'd seen on the other side. No, not reading that. Not reading that. Its body was at once like a festering cloud, an octopus, and a twisted tree, and its many mucus discharging mouths set my teeth on edge. Its black feet were split with like goat hooves. Where are you seeing those? Oh fuck, ads. Whoops, I got too distracted by Persona. Okay, I'll run ads, then we can continue and fight this thing that I cannot name. Welcome back from the ads. Katie, I have no idea what you're referring to, but welcome back from your call. If a normal person had seen this monster, they'd probably have gone insane. When you awaken to your persona ability, to the other you who possesses powers like gods and demons, you become able to summon a persona. We're pretty deep into this game for you to explain this. If you call forth a god who holds sway over fire, like my Apollo, you can even manipulate flames at will. In the depths of human hearts, shared with all people, there is a domain where mythological archetypes dwell, and they grant an influence over an individual's personality development. Maya said that the anecdotes of mythological divinities the world over probably exist because of that. Gods and demons exist not in heaven and hell, but in the hearts of humanity. Personas even have an influence on physical and mental abilities. My ability to wield a sword like a master, and my resistance to terror are both thanks to my persona. Gods and demons are not the only archetypes heaping in the human heart. If the collective unconsciousness is where all human psyches are born and return to, that means I too exist somewhere in the world's subconscious as a master of arms. Tatsuya said you can kin him. It is Tatsuya has given you the okay to kin him. And now you nor I belong on this side. Go home. If I didn't settle things fast, I'd suffocate on this thing's stench. And the reek of the burning walls. I may have been a persona user, but if I couldn't brave, I'd die. Okay.
No, I can't die yet.
Don't give this to me. The branding engraved put on what is his cannot be destroyed by anyone but you. Now, once more, venture forth from the time you have engraved. I didn't save. I didn't fucking save that entire time. Let's go! Philemon, can you whack his pee-pee for me next time? So Dusky, go make your cup of tea! Hopefully by the time you make that, we'll be there. Anyone else who didn't get time to finish making their cup of tea, now get on it. Can't believe they made it reflect the one thing we have. Fucking cruel. Philemon, your boyfriend saw me coming and went, you know what would be fucking funny? And what did you do? You didn't fucking do anything to stop him. You always just sit there and go babe. Fuck up humanity. Who give a shit? And then you come to me like, oh, I can't believe he did that. Like, you enabled him. You enabled him. You did this. We should be at the club. Tatsu, you should be at the club. Yeah, hope your haul went good. Okay, here's your fun bit of trivia. The bar, the guy we know working at this bar is the singer from. We were close. He is the singer from the song for this game, or not for this game, for Innocent Sin. He's the singer for the whatchamacallit title song. Man. We are saving as soon as we can. Okay, let's get in. Alright, never mind, I forgot about these guys. What if I lost to this guy? What then, game? Gonna say, see if this bitch reflects this. Okay, let's go. Oh, baby. He was gonna fuck guys. He was gonna kiss men on the mouth. We're gonna kill this guy, Steve. Well, I guess there's only Tatsuya. This communication isn't going to go well. You should have been blank instead. What goes in the blank? Okay. Women be shopping. Karaoke? It's secret. Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy? Ah, fuck.
There's no need for it.
Listen, I didn't want to deal. I didn't want to talk to you.
Sorry about that.
Right. I don't really want to use my beads for this.
Don't get in my way.
Ow! Maybe don't stand in the puke curry piss.
Don't get in my way.
Why are there only Lillum now? Get possessed, idiot. Dazzy, you're my only guy, so I kind of need you to not be possessed. Thanks. I only have one of those, fuck. Maybe I should have waited.
You okay with that?
Run. Okay.
Lucky this time.
Okay, let's go. Okay. Not burning. Not burning. Okay, that wasn't too bad when we didn't make him fucking miss. The second I managed to kick that pseudo goat out. Tatsia, do you know what a goat is? Do you know what a goat is, honey? Out of this world to grab the VIP floor key and leapt out of that stinking room. When Nakamura saw the state inside, he'd scream and I tried my best to bleh. I tried my best to be careful though. I hope he wouldn't mind the other me afterwards. He wouldn't blame the other me afterwards. And what are you going to do with the octopus armed robots? Sorry? What are your plans on that front?
You okay with that? You are not good enough.
I see, Zar.
You okay with that?
Try not to get possessed, thank you.
You are not good enough.
Thank you. Much appreciate it.
Don't get in my way. You are not good enough.
Should we be waiting on Dusky? Oh, there we go. Hi, Dusky. Tatsuya used the VIP floor key. Why is this in here? The stream again? I was so sick of it. It was all because lately I'd been oh, sorry. The stream again? I was so sick of it. It was all because lately I'd been doing research on 501 right after getting off work, and slept well at all. When I leaned my back on the wall next to the VIP floor entrance, I started lucid dreaming while upright. A golden butterfly danced in a round room that was encircled by pillars. Its flight pattern was even frailer than usual, but I knew what was about to happen. I mean, the butterfly was going to turn into a masked person and ask me my name like always. My kid brother had bugged me into playing this weird game, and ever since I'd had this dream over and over again. Sure enough, the butterfly vanished and the masked person took its place. There's something unusual though. Their androgynous voice was harder to hear, and their body had gone dim and see-through. Now that I thought about it, the space between the pillars was redder and hazier than usual too. It doesn't matter how many times you ask, I won't tell you. Besides, nobody ever believed me when I told the truth anyway. I had seen him, the man who dismembered my little brother. Why I know was the butterfly person's name. You want to know mine? Tell me yours first. No, now that I was an adult, it was different. What I wanted to know was whether the rumour was true or not. The rumour that Joker is Tatsuya Sudo, the monstrous serial killer from 10 years ago who was never caught. Becoming a policewoman let me figure out the culprit was Tatsuya Sudo, son of Tatsuzo Sudo, the incumbent Minister of Foreign Affairs. I had no proof though. In which case, I'd just have to prove that the culprit from back then and Joker were one and the same. Just as the rumour said, and then figure out where he was. It had taken me 10 years to get to this point. My dream and my memories had gotten all mixed up. Just then, I heard the door unlock and the knob turn. I drew my P230 JP from my backside slide holster. From my backside. Put back the hammer and disengage the manual safety. The trigger will be lighter this way. Now, the punch has released the safety and shot using double action. This means do that. Ever since the investigation bureau for 501 was formed, the order for all officers to be armed had been officially given to the Juvenile Division, a cooperating jurisdiction. Why? Hey, you know who is really important to arm? The people working with small children. And less small children, but still children. The entrance opened quietly, and a tall shadow entered the dim dance floor, backdropped by lightning. By lighting? Lighting. He carried a cylindrical weapon turned over in his hand. It looked like a sword, which matched the weapon wounds on 501's victims according to forensic investigations. This is the police. Throw down your weapon. I mean, she might not have been working with them, but I think the department in general should be working with children. Just because she's not doing it properly. My voice sounded hoarse as I yelled that, aiming at the shadow's head from the side. Which, I could have used a hot green tea. All we have is liquor. Showing me your Shiro, right? Horse. I'm my gun aimed at your head. Throw down your weapon. The shadow barely moved, as if it were a statue, but I didn't know if he was prepared for this. He immediately released his lethal weapon. I kicked it away from where it fell on the floor, then shouted at him again with my gun still trained on him. You're under arrest for being in violation of the Swords and Firearms Control Law. Damn it! Damn it, Tatsuya, what were you thinking? Hands behind your head and drop to your knees. He placed his hands on the back of his head and obediently dropped to his knees. I couldn't let my guard down though. His victims weren't just cut down. They were somewhere it looked like they were eaten alive. Who knew what kind of deadly weapon he had hidden on them. I mean, I think that one would be done by teeth. I think that one would be done by teeth, quite frankly. Yeah, who knows, he might have teeth. If he showed even the slightest sign of resisting, I intended to gun him down without hesitation. Japanese police officers can't do shooting practice beyond 36 bullets worth a year, so it's difficult for us to hit a moving target. Good. Not to mention there was no way you could stop homicidal maniacs and junkies with a single 32 caliber bullet. Girl, do you know what bullets are? Do you know what bullets are? Overseas, there's controversy over whether even a 9mm caliber bullet would have enough force. Of course, there's probably a problem with it using excessive force. Yeah, there is, girl. There is. Don't do that. The truth is, though, I want the 501 dead. Yeah, girl. See, wanting to kill a suspect that has not been tried, and you're doing purely for a personal vendetta, but you have in mind you have no evidence to convict him on. You have no evidence that he was the culprit. Like, we know he was. You have no evidence. That is very illegal. Girl, it's a good thing you work for the cops, because they don't give a shit. But if they did give a shit, you have broken so many. You've broken some. Starting with giving kids your number without telling them you're a cop. Even if I secured him, he received a non-indictment due to being of unsound mind, get institutionalised, and if I was unlucky, be back on the streets before a few months had passed. I don't think... No, girl, because if you looked up Tatsuya Sudo, you would know he was in that facility for like 10 years. They do not let him back out. He got out because he killed everyone. He'd leave Fraserburg without anyone asking what his crime was. In this country, there's no judicial institution in place to handle mentally impaired people who have committed atrocious crimes. I wonder what's going on in Milgram. Involuntary institutionalization ultimately only targets the mental disability. They can't handle them as criminals. Consequently, once it's been judged that there's no fear of them harming themselves or others, they must be discharged. Okay, so your issue here is that he is a criminal, and once he is found to be not a danger to anyone, he is discharged. What is the problem? Even if the very doctor who examined him felt there was a risk of recidivism. I think you're being a bit... I think if, in that case, if that would mean they were still... If they felt this person was still at risk of being a danger in future, that would mean that there was a fear of them harming themselves or others. Therefore, they would not be discharged. Like, I'm sure there's actual cases of people being discharged too soon, but you can see these don't add up. There have been several, and again, Sudo has been there for over 10 years. There have been several movements trying to introduce measures preserving law and order with strong binding forces. However, they've been stymied many times over because the strong protest from the opposing faction that touts protection of human rights. Yeah, the human rights. I'm a big fan of those. So then what about the human rights of the victims? I hate to tell you this, they are dead. They are dead, so technically they don't have human rights anymore, and like, it is bad that that happened, but this is... The person is now redeemed. Well, not redeemed. The person is no longer a risk, and we need to look at the possibility of people changing. Like, listen, I get this is very difficult. I get this is very difficult, but we need to... The human right to vengeance beyond the grave. Yeah, ghost rights. Ghost rights are important. Like, I get this is difficult because we need to consider the families, but also we need to consider human rights here. Girl, you were wanting to shoot him. You were wanting to shoot him dead. Is that not against his human rights? Would that not be a violation of his human rights? Shooting him dead? Right, so victims who one day had their uneventful but happy lives ripped from them all of a sudden, and of those left behind. Perpetrator wasn't in a normal state of mind. They're incapable of taking responsibility. Are you telling me to fucking accept that? My loved one's life and future were unreasonably stolen, and the man responsible gets protected in the name of human... Okay, girl, he literally didn't. He literally didn't. There was no evidence to convict him. We have established this. And he was then put in a mental institution where he was abused for 10 years. I hate to tell you this. This is the status quo for the country's administration of justice. Are you crying? It's natural for someone to tear up when they're tense. You'd see the corners of my eyes in this dim light. Whatever, it wasn't his damn business. Oh, so that's a wooden sword. The shadow drew to chin at the weapon on the floor. I glanced at it without turning my head and confirmed it was true. The hallway light streaming in from the door illuminated a wooden sword. I couldn't charge him for violation of swords and firearms control law. Can I get up now? No, you may stay here. Thou have committed unlawful assembly of deadly weapons. What's your name? Tatsuya Soyo? Tatsuya Soyo? I turned up the hall lights with the remote in my hand, and I then looked at the shadow's face. Well, there was intensity in it. This was definitely a young man. I guess he was about 17, 18 years old. He looked like Sergeant Soyo. Was he former Detective Soyo's child? What was he doing here? Was he Joker? I was confused. Do you have any ID? I think there's a driver's license in my wallet. I ride a motorbike to school, and I doubt it's unregistered. Tatsuya, do you not know what is in your wallet to know if your bike is registered? Oh wait, Tatsuya, like, I am a ghost possessing this body. I don't know what the other me did. I don't know if he registered his motorbike. I don't know if he keeps his ID in his wallet. I just got here. He talked about himself like he was someone else. What a weird kid. Where's your wallet? My back pants pocket. Stand up slowly, place your hands on the wall, and spread your legs. Tatsuya having a fucking awful day. Once he obeyed my directions, I completed a quick pat down. He didn't possess any other weapons. Inside his wallet was a normal motorbike license, and the so-called mid license. There's his picture and name. This was Tatsuya Soyo, alright. Okay, turn this way. Keep your hands where I can see them. He obeyed me without question. At least his face and photo matched up at a glance. But there was something different about the boy in the photo. Yeah, he gave a challenging smirk, like he'd fight anyone who looked at him funny. It was his eyes. What was with this kid's eyes? It was like they'd suck me in. What child looked like that? There was a detached quality to his gaze, like he'd resigned himself to or accepted something. Yeah, people change. Have you ever been a teenager? It's fucking awful. How do you know my name? Were you the one who picked up the hit on the other end of the line? Or did you hear it from your father? The address in his photo ID definitely matched the what I had pinned down for former Detective Sawyer. No doubt about it, this kid was the son of Sergeant Sawyer's little brother. My dad. No, I saw your business card downstairs. He was probably surprised that I knew his father, given his puzzled expression. I see. Did the people from the club ask you to chase me out? Or did you come here? Did you come to kill me? You wouldn't happen to be Joker, would you? No, the club's got nothing to do with it. I came to warn you because Yoshizaka asked me to. If you stay here, Joker really will kill you. Do you mean that advance notice? If you know about that, then hurry up and go home. You don't understand at all. Your gun won't do a thing. The next moment, I found myself staring blankly at the centre of his chest. It took me several seconds to comprehend that he had seized my handgun along with my right hand and pulled me in close. He came for the curry sauce. His movements were so hyper-quick, my eyes played tricks on me, making it look like time skipped. He tightly gripped the small automatic handgun in his large, but definitely unboyish left hand. The side I was retreating a bit too. Now, even if I pulled the trigger reflexively, it wouldn't shoot. Where in the world did he learn this? His father. I felt the forceful beat of his heart on my cheek, through his bright red like bike leathers. When I looked up, I saw the handle of a fruit knife. Well, it's Tatsius, or something similar, thrust all the way to the hilt in the wall. Oh, it is Tatsius. The wall next to his face. Hadn't been there a second ago. If my face hadn't been buried in his chest just now, that thing might have struck me dead on the back of my head. When he removed his right hand, which held my head, he pulled out the knife next to his head with glowering at a spot further inside the club. The blade about 10 centimetres long, but all of it had sunk into the wall. The physical strength of the person who threw it was impressive enough, but this kid who casually pulled it out was amazing too. How long have you been there? From the start, dumbass! At Tatsukin's question, the voice of another man behind me responded. It sounded like he was a good distance away. Been a long time since I had booze. Here I was, just thinking over for a drink or five about how I acts that broad, and then you get right in the fucking way. Voice sonar. 501. It seemed that until this boy came, he had been alone with him in the dark. When I arrived, I'd verified that there wasn't anyone in the dance hall. When did he get here? Chill ran up my spine. When I twisted... Clearly you didn't look hard enough, because he's been here the whole time. When I twisted my body around, as if to shake off my fear, Tatsuya could remove the hand that had been restraining me. And also, he's had 5 drinks. He's had 5 drinks, so I doubt... And you haven't been in here that long, so he was here. He was just hanging out here. Yes, Suru who has been talking to Gnarly, and he's not like happy about it, but like there's no one else here and he's 5 drinks deep. Without a moment's delay, I alternated my gun at both him and the direction of the voice. Now if you move, throw down your weapons. Tatsukin didn't so much as glance at me. I too kept my aim, and my eyes fixed on the man front. Girl! You said throw down your weapons. He just threw a knife at you. What do you think? 10 years had gone by, but he looked exactly the same, so I doubt the man. Girl, he does not look the same. We've seen him 10 years ago. They look nothing. Nothing alike. Well, no, they do look alike, but also, like, he's grown a lot. The boy had stood next to Takuya's rolling mangled corpse, his unforgettable crazed smile. I knew he was 501. Tatsuya Sudo. Finally found you. He was hiding behind this fucking wall and you didn't notice. First time, no see ya, fucking brat. The voices told me all about you and that and the other side. Yeah, he's been sitting talking to Gnarly this entire time. Pseudo was sprawled out on the sofa deeper inside the dance floor, like shamelessly edged across the cushions. We're not. They were like, we're not making a sprite for that. We're not doing that. Not when he's in the dressing gown. He was gulping down an entire bottle of dry gin, dangling from one hand. He probably pinched it from the bar counter next to him. He had 5 o'clock shadow and unkempt hair grown out like a mane, and he was wearing nothing but a coat on his shoulders and a top patient gown from some hospital somewhere. What a freakish outfit. That is the Hell in a St. Tessero you are talking about! He was carrying a cylindrical weapon in his left hand, attached to a larger object. It was unsheathed to Japanese steel. I could arrest him for flagrant delicto for this alone. Tatsuya-kun walked right up to that pseudo without a trace of fear. At some point, it's just because he couldn't afford the diamond-encrusted head bandage. God forbid. At some point, he picked up the wound sword I knew I'd kicked away. I was next to him this whole time. He was next to me this whole time. Oh wait, had he picked it up? Flustered or hurried after him. So you're a joker on this side? Tatsuya Pseudo. Seems like something he'd do. The two clearly knew each other, but Pseudo had said this was the first time. What did they mean by other side? Who did they mean by he? Wait, was it supposed to be Tatsuzo Pseudo, the subject of all those unsavory rumours? I'm a standing, you know, standing. Just till the real one graces me of his awakening. The real Joker ain't me. You'd know that best of all though, wouldn't you, Chuck? you fucked him, didn't you? Your fucking boyfriend. Yeah, June is a filthy murderer like, Tatsuya, honey. Tatsuya, come here. Tatsuya, he killed half the city. Tatsuya, babes, he killed half the city. Like, he wasn't all there at the time, he killed half the city. He does in fact love killing. He has threatened to kill Lisa if she looks at you for too long. You're Tatsuya Pseudo. You can't just take Joker's place. Yeah, true. You got an ugly mug like me. Thanks for the tip, you fucking brat. Whiny as a mask. Joker's mask. Pseudo uttered a vulgar snicker and gulped down the rest of the bottle. The booze that spilled out of his mouth tracked down his throat and drenched his blood-stained hospital gown. The one gracing him, Joker standing. What are you two fucking talking about? Pseudo, it's not too late. You can still start over. Don't listen to his voice any longer. Start over? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But even 10 years ago, this piece of shit killed a whole load of people. You can't bring the dead back to life. The detective shouldn't say anything like that. But right then, all I could do was scream it out. It didn't matter if he did turn over a new leaf. Still wouldn't bring Takuya back. Oh yeah, he did kill Pseudo in this timeline, so... Jun can't help killing people. He loves killing. Tatsuya-kun glanced back at me with a slightly shocked expression. You know that thermodynamics first law thing? It's all heat and energy. There's only so much of it to go around, and you can't change all you got. Get it? It's fixed form of energy in the universe. It's all just got a different form. That's how it is. This fate shit's just the same. You got one guy who gets to be all happy, so another guy's gotta be unhappy and make up for it. Like the meals you eat, right? You throw away what you can't polish off, right? In return, some asshole starves to death somewhere else in the world. Not true. Not true. I get it now. Voices are amazing voices. That broad's kid brother. He was your stand-in. My stand-in? That day you little shits changed your fate and ran off with your tails tucked. You got axed by me in your steed. You get it, right? Tatsuya-kun watched my face with wide eyes while listening to the story. I couldn't take my eyes off of him either. Takuya was this boy's replacement. Incoming phone call. I got an order to kill Maya Amano. The moment Suda said that, a shadow that looked like a crimson figure flared up from Tatsuya-kun's body and assaulted Sudo. A black figure seeped out from Sudo's body too. The two men all of a sudden were locked in mortal combat. Over Tatsuya-kun and Sudo's heads, the shadows had flashed in the same form. Scarlet and sable flames intertwined, and I whirled all through the dance floor like two snakes, trying to swallow each other whole. Several bottles that had been left in the counter exploded. The alcohol fume flames ran over the countertop. We burned down the fucking building. This is Joker, the persona of your sin sired. How do you like it? Looks just like you. Like just one figure of mine here, and I swear I'll hunt you down and kill you like the dog you are. Every time in every world. And whose fault is it that bitch died, huh? Whose fault is it the other side got blown to hell? Gnarly's. Yeah, he's a lying idiot. Shut up. You killed them all. I almost feel sorry for him. Yeah, Gnarly's. Exclusively Gnarly's. He did all of this. Take a good hard look at my persona's happy fucking face. Loser. Murderer. Zero. Oh yeah, get mad, or let the voices take him. Well, I got one move. Get punching. Okay, that's not my favourite. But we do have the next move. Do I want to get rid of the poison? Probably. But I do want to change config mode. Simple. Memory buttons. What is that? No. This I know. There we go. No. I bet it's real. Maybe I'm looking for real. Never mind. Ow. Oh, I have Fryline now, but no, I'll keep punching. I like that we're just punching. Punch him, stop, use a bead, continue. How do I remix? Yeah. Oh, hold on. Strategy battle mode, that's why I'm looking. Single. Strategy, action, item. I can use one of my tuning souls. Punching each other in the lesbian basement. Had too much to drink and started brawling in the lesbian basement. It's free sword. The charred dance floor was choked with smoke. Tatsuya-kun stood in its center with slumped shoulders and let the water gushing from the sprinkler strike him. Pseudo's sword thrust in the floor in front of me brought to mind a grave marker. In the rain, he was a solitary silhouette, reminiscing of a lover lost a long, long time ago. Lone shadow, he struck a desolate figure, like something torn from a movie by that kind of title. Thinking about June. Maybe the fury I'd caught a glimpse of a moment ago had been a dream. The flames had already been extinguished, but no fire alarm had gone off. Had one not been installed, or was it turned off? Either way, that was a violation of the Fire Services Act. Pseudo escaped just before Tatsuya-kun's wind sword could split his face in two. He'd vanished. I don't think that's how it would work. I don't think he would be able to do that. As it sucked into a round pitch of darkness that had opened in midair. For a long time after that, Tatsuya-kun stood stock still. I just watched him. We were both soaked from head to toe. At last, his head still bowed, he pulled out the sword Pseudo left behind and murmured subdued. What was your brother's name? Takuya. If he had lived, he'd be about your age. And I asked when he died. It was a sweltering summer night, 10 years ago, August the 12th, on the grounds of the shrine in Rangadai. I found him. Pseudo had thrown Takuya's head into the underbrush and was about to run away. That's the day. What could this be? Tatsuya-kun's faced me with a look like I wished he could be anywhere but here. The golden retriever that Takuya and I kept when we were kids often had that look when our mom got mad at him. But this kid could never be someone's pet dog. He was more like a wounded lion who had removed himself from the pride. Tatsuya removing himself from pride? It's cause his boyfriend, he can't talk to his boyfriend anymore. The only people who ever believed me when I said I saw Pseudo's face were your father and one other police officer. Your father promised me he'd arrest Pseudo. 3 days after that, your father was discharged for accepting bribes. Purportedly, he'd accepted multiple bribes in compensation for disclosing investigation info to organised crime groups. It was completely bullshit. Dad's like, no, that sounds like my dad. Your father had been set up by Pseudo's father and another police officer. His partner betrayed him. Girl, we have learned that you love jumping conclusions with no evidence, so I'm not really required to believe you. Damn it, there was no stopping it now. This wasn't my story to share, but it wasn't fair to get him to tell me everything he knew if I didn't spill my guts too. Whatever burden this kid was carrying, I wanted to share it. I couldn't help but feel that if I didn't, he'd end up falling into a bottomless hell. I was sure he was just barely keeping his balance on a very thin edge, much like the blade he now had in hand. There was no way it was okay for a teenage boy to make a face like that. But, you know, it was only just recently that I learned that myself. I always held a grudge against your dad. That's why I became a cop. I felt the police weren't trustworthy. So I joined them. I'm sorry. Your father was a fine police officer, unlike me, who gives her number to children. He took responsibility for a crime he didn't commit to protect you, your brother, me, and his backstabbing friend from Pseudo. I must have killed him inside. Oh! I might have just made things worse. I didn't have the silver key to open the door he had shut tight. I was the only one who did with my Amano, but whether with a wire or whatever, I wanted to meddle anyway and pick the lock and open. I'm so sorry. What Pseudo said was true. It's my fault your little brother died. At that point, I still had no concept whatsoever of the conscious size or palatable weight of sins he'd soldiered. To be continued! Well, that was the entire stream. Welcome back. How was your trip? Perhaps you come to understand Master Tatsuya's suffering a hair more. I'll keep the memory shards in my care, so in the event you would like to review it, please let me know. Well, that was fun. Back to Maya, I guess. Alright, but I'm gonna have to stop there. So let's see who is alive at the minute. Yeah. Damn, but that's rough, buddy. Who can we annoy? You know what? Let's send you, Hold on, still thinking. Okay, yeah, we'll send you over to Pastel, who is doing his re-debut. So, and they are playing I'm on observation duty, which I love, so I hope you're ready to play some Spot the Difference. Alright? Thank you very much, guys. As I said, we won't have streams on... We won't have one on Friday. I don't know if we'll have one on Thursday. But yeah, see you Wednesday. Wednesday's our next one, because we don't stream on Tuesdays at the minute. Alright, thank you very much, guys. Bye-bye!